On this episode, we're going to talk about the top 4 exercises to work out your chest. We want to talk a little bit about anatomy, kind of understand
Mhm.
like even the movement patterns, the muscle fibers, all that great stuff. Let's go and dive in.
I think as far as muscle activation, I think it's important to highlight it's based individually on people's form, body mechanics. I also want to highlight that progressive overload also helps build uh, that muscle. You should want to increase the intensity for muscle growth and development, unless, of course, you have any type of injury, feeling pain from performing a specific movement in that range of motion or weight that is too much to handle at the time. Because I'm gonna be honest, like sometimes, like when I'm doing my bench press,
Yeah.
there'll be times where I have great range of motion, and then there'll be times where it's like, okay, man, I can't get this range of motion with this amount of weight at this
Yeah.
time today,
Right.
but we're just gonna be okay with the volume of the load that we're currently lifting at the time.
The first one we're going to talk about is the incline chest press. So
For
you,
sure.
yeah, so you may be doing this with a barbell or a set of dumbbells, and your
Mhm.
your bench is at an incline where you're kind of looking at
At
a
30 to 45 degrees.
we could talk about real quick how should our form be and like the sitting position and how we get onto that bench with the dumbbells or the barbell. How should that really look like?
Usually, how I go through my process of setting myself up on the incline bench, of course, going and stacking my weights on top of the bar, making sure that there are those two ends clips
Yeah,
at the
correct.
end. Usually I'll sit back, pushing my butt all the way back onto the bench, and then exhaling and relaxing myself onto the bench. And then I get my arms up there on the bar. I take a deep inhale, exhale, and I make sure that my grip is pretty strong. Pick up the bar and exhale as I'm letting the weight down and inhaling as I move the weight up.
Yeah, I also want to add to that too is that with form and everything, you got to make sure that your toe and heels are on the floor at all times. So you feel
Oh
grounded
yeah.
from the bottom up. So
Yep.
you may not notice, you may not think that your feet are actually the driving force to make sure that you're lifting the weights from the upper body. So your feet, the way that you plant has everything to do with your lips. Yeah.
Contract your core. Make sure your
Oh
core is
yeah.
contracted. Telling you it's gonna it's gonna allow for you to be able to lift more without that much effort.
All right.
Especially when engaging the core. The incline bench press is really good for the upper chest
Mhm.
in that the muscle fibers from the clavicular head of the pec major muscle fibers. So I'm thinking pretty much from that armpit, moving upward and outward towards your collarbone is how the muscle fibers run along your upper chest. Other exercises help improve the upper chest muscles are incline dumbbell presses, incline double dumbbell cable flies, or high cable crossovers.
Same motion, you're sitting down on a bench and you're bringing the cables near to your chest as you push away. So that's
Correct.
same kind of concept. All right, so that's incline. Let's go dive in deeper about the second exercise called a decline. Our bench position is quite different. So
Mhm.
we're tackling much more of the lower pecs.
With the decline chest press, you're definitely attacking the lower chest muscle fibers. Those muscle fibers run diagonally, slightly upward direction towards the center of the chest. Within this decline chest press, using the dumbbell, you can get a greater range of motion and a deeper stretch. Other exercises that help with, I guess, the lower chest muscle fibers, chest dips, decline push ups, low pulley cable crossovers. And that decline dumbbell chest press bench is at a higher angle towards your feet. The bench is lower towards your head.
Yeah, it's
So
like yeah, you're almost kind of going upside down, but not really.
within the middle chest, the exercise that would be most beneficial for that is the flat barbell or flat dumbbell bench press. The muscle fibers, they run horizontally and extend from the sternum to the cartilage of the upper ribs. Other exercises that are beneficial for the mid chest is the incline bench press, chest flies, dumbbell with a dumbbell, or
Mhm.
chest flies with the cable crossovers, mid pulley, and push ups and machine chest presses.
Our number four is cable crossover.
So as we were speaking before, on the low cable crossover, position the blocks that's on the pulley system
Mhm.
towards the bottom, and then you will grab the cables. You're moving, you have a slight bend in your elbows, and you're moving your arms upward in an upward motion all the way to the top, bring it all the way up to the top, squeeze your chest, and then you're releasing back down. As far as the mid crossovers, just a little bit over your the platform things on the machine are like a little bit over your shoulders, and you're coming in and you're just going, I got a slight bend and you're just going to the side to side, mid chest area. That high cable, it would be just like how the platform will be set up, towards the top as far as you can reach. And those cables then are coming pretty much spread out, your arms spread out, and then you're bringing it down towards the mid chest, or you can bring it down lower towards the waist.
But we cannot stress enough of the whole time under tension. So when you go do these motions, these movements, is that you don't
Mhm.
rush it and let momentum take its way. You have to do it with slow and controlled
Yeah,
movements
correct.
and really understand the anatomy, like the fibers, how they cross. So if you're doing a flat bench press, that should really when you start the movement, you're going towards your midline of your chest, and then you're gonna push it
Mhm.
all the way out, so it lines up to your chest.
Yeah, like an extent, you're extending all the way out.
Yes,
Um,
extend the arms.
Usually when I'm on a bench press, there's times where I'll do the extension all the way out, and then there's times where I'll just extend to like that top like clip where you
Yeah.
rack the weight at, like where that
Okay.
barbell was originally sitting at.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just go up to that point and then slowly control,
Mm.
or fast control, come back down, and then go back up and form the movement pattern.
I'll add a bonus. I didn't want to do this, but I got to do this to y'all. So I did this. I just did this in the gym, and all these movements we talked about, these top four ones we talked about, they're all in the sagittal motion, sagittal plane, meaning going up and down. So going forward and back. It's half split. So if you think about this, what if you want to add rotation? So what
Hmm.
I did a cable rotational chest. Yeah, I was in a split stance, right? Away
Yep.
like this, rotating my body and then pressing
Punching.
and punching exactly. So I'm pushing all the way through away so you feel that contraction for that one part of the chest. And then you can
Hmm.
do the opposite side, stagger stance on the other arm as well, and you can rotate
Yeah.
as well.
I mean, rotation definitely adds another element
Yeah,
to your gains, or your exercise programming. I guess that allows for a greater range of motion, and it allows to target um, muscles that you may not hit on
exactly.
the regular movements, like a incline or decline or flat bench press. You see, and also rotation is definitely very good for a lot of athletes, especially if you're training athletes. Doing movement with rotation is essential, because most of the time when they're still, they're going to be moving either forward, backwards, side to side, or rotating the body.
Hmm.
So you definitely have to work on that transverse plane and some of those movement patterns.
Yeah, you
A
don't
lot
have to
of
be you don't have to be an athlete just for that, but I think it's great to
Yeah,
have that type of motion where you're rotating just in general. I mean, this is such a
yeah.
benefit when you're trying to be more functional out in the world.
Yeah, I mean, like, just to highlight on your point, basic everyday daily living tasks, you might be grabbing groceries and rotating the upper body. So that
Exactly.
that helps with that, and helps prevent injury if you incorporate that into your training programs and stuff.
Exactly. So those are top 5 exercises for you can do for your chest with the bonus. Give that a shot, y'all, and let us know. Hopefully you found this helpful. Please do share out your fitness journey, whether you're on the podcast or are you following us on Instagram, on YouTube. And if any other questions, we'll be glad to tackle on the podcast. And we can't wait to see y'all next time. Take care.
Peace.